And the suspect involved in the fatal shooting of the New York officers said it was in retaliation for the deaths of Eric Garner and Michael Brown. Chloe Beardsley sat down exclusively with the Reno police chief this week, who condemned the violence against officers across the country and also gave some insight on how the department is working to prevent violent confrontations here in the biggest little city. Chloe.
That's right, Kristen. Chief Steve Pitts says officers in Reno are taking a proactive approach by building relationships with local groups to help prevent violent situations from happening here.
What we've seen in 2014 is about a 24% increase in fatalities of law enforcement personnel. It's federal, local, and state.
A sharp increase in officer-involved violence has prompted a discussion across the country and here at home. Chief Pitts told us how RPD is reaching out to local groups to encourage a dialogue to avoid any kind of violent situations.
In the region and in the Reno Police Department, we have more of a community-based approach, so we have a good relationship with a variety of different demographics in our community, not just race, along many different boundaries.
Pitt says it's been an effort they've worked on since 2012.
What we want to do is get leadership together and talk about Ferguson as a case study and how would we deal with something like that in our community.
While some major cities had protests surrounding the deaths of Michael Brown and Eric Garner, Reno was mostly quiet with only 4 small protests. Reno, along with other local law enforcement, mutually met with local minority and faith-based groups to discuss the issues in an effort to keep the violence from spreading into Reno.
It creates a lot of tension, and when that kind of tension is created, everyone tends to respond out of that tension.
Local pastors said the deaths and events following have been unfortunate.
Chief Pitts has came into a place of let's talk, let's communicate. How can we all work together?
Pastors John Wynn and Michael Randall are also putting together a minority and community symposium with police in March to help address community relations with local law enforcement.
We still have an opportunity to work on it, and I think that's what has been happening, and I think that's what's going to continue to happen.
The chief believes the department's biggest asset is a good network and relationship with residents.
What's that community relationship you have? What's that network you have so you can get in front of these things before they occur?
And we'll post more details on the Minority and Community Symposium as they become available. We also went on a ride-along with police to see the risks that officers face on a day-to-day basis in our community. We'll show you that story tomorrow night at 5. Covering the story, Chloe Beardsley, Channel 2 News.